Mckenna, so good to see you. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, thank you for being here with me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just curious because I feel like there's a lot of kind of things going on, but like, what are those first kind of thoughts returning for a Ghostbusters movie? You do Afterlife, you come back. Like, what are you thinking about even before like filming? Like, what's going through your mind?
Wake up, it's not real, it's a dream. Wake up, wake up. It doesn't feel real. It's not real. It's like I don't know. It feels like a dream. It's the craziest thing in the world to me. I mean, this franchise has been such a big part of my life growing up, and then it's changed my life now that I've actually gotten to be a part of it. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm just like I can't believe they like me enough. It makes me feel like so happy that they want me back.
Oh no, it's so crazy. I'm so happy for you. And I'm just curious because I feel like, you can answer this with Frozen Empire, but also with Afterlife. I mean, I feel like when you kind of get cast for something like this, you and the cast are in a unique kind of situation from an acting perspective because there's familiar territory with the original franchise and then unfamiliar territory because we don't really know where the story is going, new characters. Do you think about that at all? Because I feel like that's really interesting too. There's like new elements and old elements at the same time.
Yeah, I think that Frozen Empire was fun because we kind of delved a little bit deeper into our new world with a lot of new characters, a lot of new threats and ghosts. But it was still cool to be able to have the original guys there to guide us and be a part of it and kind of bring it back to its roots and also have Slimer and get to bring Ghostbusters back to New York where it originated. It was an honor. So, yeah, it's cool to be able to kind of create our own. I mean, creating Phoebe, she's a new character, although encapsulating Egon's spirit, at least that's what we go for. It's still cool to kind of create our own things within this very known and beloved franchise.
Absolutely. In a lot of ways, so much happens before you go to camera on a project, especially with the scale of a Ghostbuster film. There's so many kind of steps and things that you need to do before you actually go film and you play Phoebe. So in a lot of ways, McKenna, it could be seen as two journeys before filming and after filming something. Or do you see it as one big journey with multiple steps from an acting storyteller perspective?
It is one big journey, but there's a big difference between pre-production and talking about the whole thing and just like figuring out the character versus shooting. And then it's an entirely different be seeing the film, especially with something like this, because you reshoot so much. There's so much that gets left out by the time you see the film. It's an entirely different thing. So it's just kind of a big mumbo jumbo of stuff that we're just throwing together and doing, and it's so you don't know what it's going to look like. You're acting opposite of a tennis ball half the time. So it's weird and fun and a journey, but it's a journey. It's a fun journey, a good
It's a
journey.
journey with like 1,005 steps, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
I also wanted to talk to you very quickly about your music as well because it's some great stuff, and I really want to talk about it. Did you always know you were going to do both, or did that kind of just happen, like acting and music?
That started over COVID because I just spent a lot of time listening to music and writing music, and I couldn't be on set. Yeah, music's always been a big part of my life. I've always wanted
Yeah.
to do a musical or something like that, but now getting to be in music in a professional capacity is really fun. I really love it. I love performing. I love creating my music videos and creating things like from scratch that turn into whole songs. It's weird and it's fun to be able to tell my own stories versus somebody else's. So it wasn't a career path that I always looked at, but definitely something that I considered. And now that I am doing it, I really love it.
Now I want to ask you because I played in bands growing up, like PD Beats. I was a drummer. That was my stage name and everything. So for the
Okay.
writing process, I'm just curious because I had like artists that I listened to as a listener, but then I had like artists that I listened to when I was like making music and everything. Do you have those as well? Like, do you listen to certain music to kind of influence you to write, and then just certain music that you just like listening to having nothing to do with your singer-songwriter career? Like, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I listen to everything, so I'm all over the board. But a lot of what I listen to does influence my music. I'm a metalhead, and so I listen to
I'm a big metal. Oh my goodness, that
yeah,
just made my day. Okay, what are some of your
yeah.
favorite bands? Let's go. Okay, Mckenna
I
Grace Metal Music Festival. Let's go.
I
Who's on this
that was
tour?
the first that was the first and only festival I've ever been to. As I went to a metal festival with my dad, and I saw Limp Bizkit, I saw Korn, I saw Incubus.
Oh my goodness,
You
this
know,
is
I
crazy. Okay, so pick who. We'll get back to Afterlife quick. We'll get back to Frozen Empire, but like who? If you have like, no, this is amazing. Who are like three bands if you were on like a music festival you'd have to like see for metal? Who are like the big three?
dream to see live a System of a Down.
Me too.
It's like my
I've not
favorite
seen them
band.
yet.
I want to see them live so bad.
Oh my goodness. What are you? Do you like Slipknot?
I love Slipknot. Yeah, I'd love to see them. Like they Slipknot and System of a Down just did a festival together that I almost went to, but I went to prom.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
yeah.
And you know what? It's interesting. I know you've worked in horror movies. Do you also like horror movies?
Yeah, I love them. I
Okay.
love
I
all
feel
of
like it's interesting because it's like when I watch a horror movie, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. And when I listen to metal music, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. It's this rush, you know what I mean?
There's a definite correlation.
I want to get back to Frozen Empire though. How's like when you work on something like this, and we talked about like you worked in horror movies and everything, Haunting Hill House and everything. Are they separate, like from a mindset preparation storyteller perspective, or do you bring things from past projects to projects like Frozen Empire specifically?
I of course bring things from past projects into everything that I do, but of course I'm not preparing for like Ghostbusters in the same way that I would prepare to shoot a scene like in Handmaid's Tale. You know, it's very, very different subject material and it's a different genre. It's completely different character. So of course I take things from everybody that I work with and all of the sets that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, but at the same time I'm learning from this set and I'm creating something new.
Absolutely. And I feel like it's interesting because I was talking to Ernie about this as well. Like, there's so many kind of iconic franchises out there, but like, there's something about Ghostbusters where there's so many kind of elements that make it iconic, in my opinion, right? Like the characters, the music, the logo. It's crazy, right? Like, you get on set and there's like this legacy of not just kind of the movies, but the elements, like the music, the theme song, the logo. Do you think about that at all? It's so interesting, right?
Of course, it's weird to be on a set and to just kind of look around and be like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. Oh, that makes sense. You know, everything is so recognizable about this franchise. Even if you haven't, like, aren't as familiar with it or you haven't seen it, you still know the logo. You've heard the theme song around Halloween. You've seen
Yeah.
the Halloween costumes or the ghosts or it's crazy to be a part of something that even if you haven't seen it, you probably still know, like, the logo or the theme song.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You are so good in these movies, specifically,
Thank you.
Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. So good chatting with you, McKenna. Thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
so much. It was lovely chatting with
Yeah,
you.
you too. Bye.
Have a great one.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.